All right, now for our second tutorial for our Google Sites, we really need to start adding other pages because we need to have this be a hub of information, a place that all parents or students can go to find what they need, no matter if it's calendar dates or if it's maybe a document that they need or a link for a sign up. Everything will be housed here, and this is what makes things so much more convenient, and you'll have less emails of parents asking for things that they need because they'll know where they can go to find the information. So the next thing that we're going to do here is add a new page because and that's where it says create page here, and you're going to name your page forms and docs, and that's going to be kind of where you go to find the information that you need. And instead of it being a web page, though, we're going to call this a file cabinet. Okay, and we're going to put this under announcements, so it's going to be a sub page of your home screen, like your home page, and it'll make more sense once we kind of get started. So forms and docs, file cabinet, put under announcements, and we'll press create. And as it's getting created, here's what it looks like. So the second tab that we're going to have up here in just a minute is going to be this forms and docs page. And just to kind of give you an overview, we can add files. So if you want to add something, maybe a book list or information for parents, you can do that. Or if you want to add a link, you can click that and add anything from Google Drive. And more importantly, the first thing that you need to do is maybe start thinking of, okay, what might we want to put on there and create some folders. So maybe spelling class, right? Spelling combs, and because there might be 2 or 3 teachers that are on the page, so and you might have different lists. Like my class is a separate list from the other 3rd grade teachers, right? So I'm going to add a link for parents and students to go look at, and the link that I chose is from Vocabulary Spelling City. I had made lessons, as you can see, based on our spelling lists, games that kids can play and try at home, and I've copied that link and I'm going to paste that there, and the text I'm going to put on there is Vocabulary Spelling City games, and parents and students can access games for practicing their spelling lists. Now I'm going to add this and it's going to kind of go up above. It's not in the folder yet, so we're going to first click this little box and press move to spelling combs. So now it's where it needs to be. Well, let's say that I made a mistake in this description part. Parents and students can access games for practicing their spelling list. Well, maybe I just wanted to say students instead of parents. So I'm going to delete this and just make it say students can access games for practicing their spelling lists at home, and period, and save. You can edit this description at any point. The only thing that you need to keep in mind is any link or file that you put in and you place it in a folder, it places it alphabetically within that folder. So if I put anything else up and you want to do a sequence, so maybe you're doing math lesson 1, math lesson 2, math lesson 3, you have to put it in everything titled that way because this cannot be edited, this part right here, and that's how they base the sequences on. If we want kids to go to that site, they'll go to this page, right? So they would go to the home screen announcements, and then you get to the forms and docs page, but right now they can't because it's not available. So we need to go to back to edit site layout and go to our header, and right now the only thing that is being shown is announcements. We need to add our page that we had, and we need to go to my recent changes. So we went to forms and docs is what we title it, and we're going to press OK, and we want to keep it the same order. I could, if I needed to, move these, but I want announcements to be first, then forms and docs to be second. It's still boxes, and I'm going to press OK. So now we have both our tabs. I'm going to press close so we can test it out. So students and parents, they have the site, they have a link to the site, they come to the announcements page, they need to go practice their spelling list, they can go to forms and docs. They're on the forms and docs page, and if they want to go to the spelling city, they just press view and it takes them where they need to go. It's pretty simple, and once you start plugging in all the content that you have, maybe review games, maybe extension pieces for lessons, maybe videos or student artifacts that you want to show off, or newsletters to parents, things that maybe you have a field trip coming up, so like a flyer or information about that. You can make these separate folders, and I'll show you what my web page looks like here in a little while. So this just kind of gets you started. If you want to add a calendar, we're going to go to create page again, and we're going to keep this as web page, and I'm going to put in calendar, and we're going to put it under forms and docs. Actually, put it at the top level, and then press create. And now we need to insert a calendar, and the way that you do that is by going to insert and find Google Calendar, and I'm going to import one of my calendars from my school, so thales.academy.org, holidays in the United States, and you can add more. You can put paste a web address here, or maybe you just want to do your staff calendar. So I'll press select. Looks good. You can display another calendar, so maybe I want to add in holidays, or either one. You can always switch it up. So we'll stick with Thales Academy, and show weeks, months, time zones. Everything's good, and we're gonna press save and save. Now, when parents come to the calendar page, they will be able to see what all is going on. Now, of course, you would put in your own personal calendar that you would make through Google Calendar, and then plug that calendar in here to be for parents to view. And you can make comments and edits and stuff. So we have our calendar page. The problem that we do have is that it's not up here in a tab. So when I go back to announcements, once again, we can't find the calendar. So we need to go back into edit site layout. So gear, edit site layout, edit horizontal navigation, add page, and my recent changes, calendar. So it's going to be the third thing that they can choose from. Boxes still. Okay. And close. And we've gotten a pretty good amount of information. We have our announcements page, our forms and docs page, and our calendar. And these three things are probably the most basic thing that you need. You might be wondering, why do we need a calendar if we put that in on the first page? Well, the calendar can actually be added by parents if they go down here and press plus Google Calendar. It can be embedded into their own personal calendar. So maybe you have like a second grade calendar that you have, and they could have it imported onto their phone and have access to it at all time, or at their home computer to keep up with anything that's going on at school. But some parents don't want that option. They just want to see marker calendar dates and have a few things listed out. But you do have that option if you'd like to use it. So that's the basic tutorial for adding announcements, forms, and docs and calendar. And in other videos, we'll talk about more that you can do with the website.